Hi, and welcome to Follow the Reader. My name is Karen Leahy, and I'm the Digital Services Librarian at the South Kingston Public Library. This is a mini video series in which I interview a member of our community to get their thoughts on reading, books, and libraries. Today, I'm joined by Sara Breslin of the Glass Station Studio. Hi, Sara, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Can you tell me about the Glass Station Studio?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Glass Station Gallery and Studio is located on Main Street, right next to Muse Tavern. And we have a huge collection of glass artwork from artists from all over the United States and Canada. Jennifer Knock and Eben Horton are the two gallery owners and glass artists that run the gallery. And Eben is also the creator of the ever-famous Glass Float Project, which takes place on Block Island.
Oh, that is so cool. So let's jump right in. What are you reading right now?
All right, so I am currently reading the 1619 Project.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's a really great book. I love it. I am almost done with it. I'm a big fan of history, and I think that this book is such a cool take on the real history that happened that is forgotten.
That's great. And how did you find that book? Was it a recommendation from someone?
Yeah, so actually, I was working at an art show, selling my own artwork, and I saw someone reading it. And I was like, what the heck is this? What are you reading? And they told me about it. And after the show, I went and picked up a copy for myself.
Awesome.
uh,
That's great.
yeah.
And you're enjoying it, right? It's going good for you?
Yeah. I love it. It is beautiful and inspiring and heartbreaking and eye opening. It's tragically good.
Good. And do you have a favorite book you've read recently?
Yes. So I have two favorites that I've actually read this year. So the first one is Will Smith's memoir. I
Okay.
loved that book. I listened to it on audiobook and I highly recommend it. And then my second favorite was When Women Ruled the World by Kara Cooney. I believe that's her name. That was a really great book too.
Good. Now, for the audiobook for Will, does he actually do the narration?
Yeah, he does, and he sings in it, and he
Oh,
moves
does he?
around. I'm a huge Will Smith fan, so I had to listen to it, and it was great. It
That's
was great.
awesome. I love it when authors narrate their own books. I listen to a lot of audiobooks and they
Yeah,
always put so much more feeling into it than like a generic audiobook narrator would. So it's always great to hear that the author does the narration.
yeah.
And are you a real bookmark person? Do you use a piece of paper? Do you forego bookmarks entirely? How do you keep your place when you're reading?
I guess I'm an agent of chaos, and I'll use whatever's around. Um, I sometimes, if I'm feeling bold, I will fold the page. Sometimes I use the book sleeve to like put it in
Yeah.
my spot. Sometimes I use a scrap piece of paper, a photograph. I've used pens. I've used sandpaper. I've used paint bottles. I'll just use whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a favorite reading snack or drink?
I definitely do love reading with a hot cup of coffee. That's my favorite way to start my day. And then I love to end my days with a cold glass of white wine and a good romance novel.
Yes. Big on the romance novels. That's my favorite. Um, do you have a favorite place to read?
I love reading in my backyard, just sitting outside with my dogs and the breeze and the birds and things like that, or just curled up on my couch under a blanket.
Yeah.
I'm a big lover of comfort.
Cozy. Yeah.
Hmm.
What do you love about libraries?
So I think one of my favorite things about libraries, and this is going to be like weird, but I'm going to say it because it's the first thing that came to mind, is I love the smell.
Okay.
I absolutely like it feels like it transports me back to my childhood,
Hmm.
and libraries were always my safe place and they were my favorite place when I was a kid. So anytime I step into a library, it kind of transports me back to that like safe, comfortable headspace. And I love that.
Yeah.
I'm also an artist. I work with paper, so I love paper and libraries and books and paper.
Yeah.
So that's always like a really important like tactile, the smell of paper, things like that. So I definitely think that's one of my favorite things.
Awesome. And you already touched on this a little bit, but do you have any special memory of our library or any library that you'd like to share with us?
Um, yeah, so I didn't grow up in Wakefield. I live in Wakefield now. Um, but I grew up in Warwick and I always used to go to the Warwick Public Library.
Yeah.
Um, and one of my like favorite memories is getting to go when I was younger and the upstairs was like the kids section and where they had all the movies you could rent, like all the VHSs because yeah.
Yeah, because VHS.
Yeah. And so I'd always get so eager to go up there and see like what new books they had, run up and down the aisles. And so I don't go to the Warwick Library often because I don't live in Warwick anymore.
Yeah.
But the few times I've gone back, the urge to go upstairs and like look for books is like almost like unnerving. And
Yeah.
I'm like, no, sorry, you don't read Nancy Drew novels anymore. Stay downstairs.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
that's great though. So, well, that's all the questions I have for you. Did you have someone that you wanted to nominate to be on Follow the Reader?
um, oh, I don't know. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that's in the community.
Okay.
I definitely want to nudge Jen to
Yeah.
do an interview with you because she's also a very avid reader.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna like put a little bug in her ear.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank
Maybe
you.
she'll, make some time in her very busy glass blowing schedule.
Yeah.
But no, I can't think of anybody.
Okay. Well, if anything comes up, you can always shoot me an email too. But it's been great to have you on today. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for agreeing to come.
of course.
And
I think the series is great.
oh, thank you. So that is all for Follow the Reader today. We'll see you next time.